I'm Robin Black, and in this series, we work to claw past the nonsense-driven narrative of the fight game and reinvent the way that martial arts is viewed so that we may better appreciate the mysteries and complexities of this epic art form. This is Fight Secrets. Welcome, friends, to this examination and celebration of the great Patricio Pitbull. I have been a true fan of this man's work for a long time, but assembling these dissections for you has made me even more deeply appreciate this man's essence, character, and true individuality. Let's dig right into the art. We start with a signature win by Patricio Pitbull as he draws his sword and marches into battle. He's looking for the toughest challenges he can find, and he finds it in Michael Chandler, a dangerous artist. But look at the moment he creates. Big. Wonderfully timed. How did he time that inside slip to right hand perfectly? Because he didn't react to it. He requested it. Fighting is a subtle negotiation between the minds and bodies of two combat artists. When you request the weapon, you are prepared for it, but you are asking for danger. Michael's jab is so devastating. He penetrates in deep with the front leg, driving off the back. And now knuckles speeding towards your chin as you slip to the inside, dangerous, and strike up and over. And this location is important, totally legal, but very vital. More on that later. This moment was created by Patricio Pitbull because it was intentional. Beautifully set up, the inside slip to avoid and the outside rip to destroy. Perfectly timed. That location can cause momentary trauma to the brain stem, which is responsible for communication between the mind and body of the artist and responsible for the experience of consciousness itself. Look at the beautiful shot from the overhead view. Slip, bink. Lands to the back of the head, perfectly executed, and again, completely legal. This signature win for Patricio Pitbull was so important. When you are an artist, when you are a combat athlete, sometimes you're on the right end of the highlight reel and sometimes you're on the wrong. Michael Chandler knocked out his brother, and he gets vengeance for the family, and in doing so, takes the 155-pound belt and becomes a 2-division world champion. Put some respect on the name of Patricio Pitbull. Look, friends, it's a baby pit bull. Baby pit bulls are still dangerous. You wonder if this dog knew what he would accomplish as he grew, as he progressed, as he hit his prime. As pit bull evolves, so evolves Bellator. Look, it's a baby Bellator. Bellator has come so far, and so has Pitbull. Here in the early days, a little more rudimentary in his movements, but that instinct, that desire to finish, that savagery, that ferocity, that is in him. When you hear a blues guitar player play the notes, you hear his life experience in the song. And when you watch Pitbull, even in the beginning, you feel his youth, his upbringing, and his experience in every punch. You also see his signature combinations, quite simply the 2 and the 3. He uses the straight right and the left hook over and over throughout his career. Those 2 fundamental tools are at the very root of who Pitbull is and how he finishes his opponents. Patricio Pitbull, a baby Pitbull. Random tangent. Listen, we gotta stop saying things like knockout power in both hands. There's nothing in the hands, and power, more importantly, is not something we have. It's something we create. If we're going to advance the understanding of this beautiful art form, we must be impeccable with our words. And besides, big right hand, I hear that said hundreds of times a week. It is a normal size right hand, just a beautifully thrown punch. End rant. So yeah, they say he has knockout power in both hands, but we know that hands are only flesh and bone, and power is not something we have. Power is something we create. Big, like that. The amortization of energy, the complete harvesting of kinetic forces. As he plants his back leg down, he will fire full body behind his signature left hook, the entire body leaping from the floor, using his entire nervous system to light his physicality and fire. Look, left hook flying behind it, just touches the chin, and of course, the right hand behind it. does not land, fortunately for this man. How about we take a look at another one? Watch as Pitbull's entire body starts now connecting through these punches. The straight right hand, the left big punch. There, the right hand, full hip, full extension, driving from the mat. The pads of the feet, harvesting the energy through the legs, the hips, the core, the torso, and out the knuckles of the ball. Big fist. One more look. Over and over, he knocked this man down. Big until the end. Straight right hand, signature, left hook to right hand. Watch, left hook, and look at the full turn of the body as he force feeds the knuckles. Big, merciful ending to a vicious fight. This is Pitbull coming into his own, using his entire physicality to express energy through his knuckles. Power is not something we have. Power is something we create. And Patricio Pitbull creates power. Patricio Pitbull never saw a neck he didn't want to strangle, often using the left arm guillotine, his right arm locking up yours as he gets his chest up high and folds your neck. Doesn't just squeeze it, but folds it over the radius bone, cutting off the blood flow, and he will attack when you are attacking here. Left arm in, locks his man up high, squeezing down on the back of the head to create that fold. Beautiful, beautiful technique right here from Patricio Pitbull. He attacks when you're attacking. Here we see Daniel going to step to take him down. He gets his hips back, and then on the next step, rips up on that arm, just enough to be able to lock up the neck. Daniel Strauss is a brilliant martial artist, and he knows what's happening here. He will do anything he can to stop Patricio from being able to leap up and lock this up. Right here, the arm and the leg as barriers. Patricio scoops that leg, creates the scenario all he needs, and now with his back against the cage, as long as he keeps that chest up high, he can just wrap the legs around, and then from there, you are pooched. He folds, he bends, he squeezes, and he cuts off the blood flow to the brain. That is a perfect guillotine. And how about this one against Henry? Look at this incarcerating mess of a guillotine right here. Again, it is the left arm, right arm controlling yours, legs wrapped around as he cuts off the blood flow to the brain. There is some predictability in most fighters. Typically, as Henry pushes away, he would go to the technical stand-up. Here's Pitbull doing it in a different fight. Post with an arm, post with a leg. The other leg kicks, and as it extracts, you can use the front hand to defend, but not Henry. Henry goes instead on the attack, and Pitbull's not over-anticipating, not trying to predict the action, just responding naturally, gets his hips back, and all of a sudden you're locked up. He doesn't sit back like a novice. He sits in, up and high like an expert, and right there, folding, squeezing, and just cutting off that blood flow. No oxygen to the brain, no consciousness. Patricio Pitbull is a master of the guillotine. My friends, punches and kicks and takedown defense and range management don't fight. Those are tools. Humans fight. And this fight shows you what kind of human Patricio Pitbull is. Big. He gets dropped by the great Daniel Weichel, and Weichel pours it on him right down to the bell. And at the bell, Weichel wants to know if the fight is over. John sends him back because he hasn't made a decision yet. He's going to watch the feet. Pitbull has to will himself to walk with stability back to his corner. And you see John still looking at him. And when John says, "What day is it?" If you say, "Las Vegas," this fight is over. But no. Pitbull stays in the fight. He wills himself into it. Weichel's corner would be saying, "He's hurt. Get on him. Try to hurt him again." Pitbull's corner could be saying any number of things, but it doesn't matter what they say because Patricio Pitbull has a plan. He knows when one is hunting, they are vulnerable, and he does not run. He starts to invite, slowly retreating, carefully and intentionally, trying to draw Daniel towards him. It is a kill or be killed attitude, and this is what shows you who Patricio Pitbull is, because the chaos will come, the fire will come, but that's what Pitbull wants, because within the fire, within the chaos, there lies opportunity. And here it comes. He's hurt again. Knee up the middle, and then strikes. It's chaos, but chaos is simply big patterns we don't yet understand. Patricio Pitbull does understand. He knew what this was. He knew what was asked of him, and he knew what he had to do. He had to dig down deep. Like I said, my friends, chaos is simply patterns we don't yet understand. Patricio knows what he must do. Guard high, hips squared. He knows Daniel will split that guard, but when he does, he will be vulnerable. Here, vulnerable to the left hook. Big. A career of a left hook, and again, left hook, and of course, behind it, the straight right hand. But once again, it is unnecessary. Patricio Pitbull invites the fire, invites the danger, and within the danger, he creates the moment. Big. a moment that he can be proud of for a lifetime. My friends, thank you so much for taking this trip with me to examine and celebrate the great Patricio Pitbull. I hope for you, like for me, this level of examination really enriches your appreciation of this wonderful artist. Thursday, November 12th, Pitbull prepares to defend against another young, hungry, confident challenger in Pedro Carvalho as the Bellator Featherweight World Grand Prix continues on CBS Sports. Fam, thank you so much for watching this. This series means so much to me and to the team at Bellator. Please follow, like, subscribe, hit the notifications, leave a comment. We appreciate it all. Thank you so much. Until next time, enjoy the hostilities, my friends.